Thanks for being here. Overall, I'm really proud of the work that the team has done. I'm going to hand it over to Rick to start off to just give an overview of the storm, where we're at with the storm, and then have Jeff talk about some of the logistics overnight, that the work that they did to tackle a lot of the street clearing and a lot of the work that needs to be done, and then I'll fill in the blanks afterwards. So, Rick.
Good morning. As you know, the New Haven Emergency Operations Center is fully activated. We've received between 8 and 10 inches of snow across the city, a little bit less along the shoreline due to the sleet that we had this morning. That, as you know, has pretty well stopped. The only area that's getting that is more of the eastern part of the state. So the big problem that we have is we got a lot of snow on the ground. So we're having it's a difficult time moving snow, especially in the areas that are the narrow streets. We're having some issues there. A lot of piling up from plowing down one street and then moving to another. I think the biggest thing that we want to say thank you to is a lot of residents heeded our advice. A lot of folks moved their cars, and that helps Public Works and Parks. That helps them get their trucks down the street and get it cleared. As you can see, we've still got some work to do. This is all hands-on. We have put as many employees out there as we can. Outside contractors are working hard. I think last night we had about 17 homeless here at the Hall of Records. We've activated our cold weather protocol, which requires to try and keep everybody off the street, especially the homeless folks that may not have a place to go. I think we've done a real good job making that happen. Again, kudos to our community services. Really, those are things that people really don't see or hear about. We're going to get another, maybe a half an inch of snow. This should be done by 1 o'clock. But as you know, the winds are going to continue to whip up. So when folks look out the window, they may see some drifting and think the street hasn't been done. The men and women have been working hard all night to keep the streets clean. So I think that's the important thing here. We want to tell people, if you can stay home, take a day off, have an extra cup of coffee. I think that will make a whole lot of difference. If you do have to travel today, I think the most important thing is keep some distance to the car in front of you. We've been very fortunate. We had one accident overnight. That's people that heeded the advice, stayed off the roads, and hopefully it stays like that. I think you want to hear from Jeff, our Jeff Pescosolido, our Public Works Director, will give you an update on the streets.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Rick. Good afternoon or good morning still. It's been a long night. A lot of preparation went into the storm, and I'm really pleased at the prep work that we've done, and we're good at this. So the pre-treating that we've done, the heavy snow, the way it came down at over an inch an hour, it's very difficult to clear our streets. But what we're finding is all that prep work that we did, the streets are peeling off. That snow is coming up very quick, and we like to see that. We're starting to see pavement. Hopefully the winds will die down. The clouds will go away. I see a little bit of blue sky, and then we're really going to see the streets bleeding through. So you'll see a big change in the city of New Haven. Troops have been working hard. We appreciate their effort. We're going to stay with it. So we're going to continue to work around the clock, opening up the streets. We're still concentrating on our arterials. Again, cleaning from the center of the roads to the gutters. We're concentrating on those. And we have not forgot about our residentials. We're still doing those throughout the city. Parks Department was on with us throughout the storm. Last night, I believe, Bill, they had one tree came down that we had to address. Correct, Bill? The crew was here, and that's part of what we do. So they took the tree down during a blizzard. But they're here to support us, and they're going to be with us throughout the storm. Plenty of material. Our fleet is running well. We're still running 40-plus trucks, and we're going to stay with it, looking to see what we need to do through the weekend. Hopefully the sun comes out, does some melt, and we don't have to do any snow removal. But we're here to assist our residents, make our roads safe.
I got a couple other quick things to cover. So the parking ban is still in effect, and just to remind folks about the parking ban, there is no parking on either side of the street downtown. There is no parking on either side of the street on our snow emergency routes. Those emergency routes are posted, they have signs up. and there is parking only on the even side on residential streets. Even side meaning the houses that have even addresses. So we keep saying don't be the odd person out, meaning don't park on the odd side of the street. That parking ban, we will notify folks once Jeff and his crew get a sense that we can lift it. We will notify people of that. Rick mentioned the 200 Orange in the ground floor, 17 people last night. Almost all those folks have been moved to hotels. We're in the process of doing that now. The seniors, I mentioned this yesterday, if there are seniors that need help shoveling, Interfaith Caregivers is sending out volunteers today. And let me give that number out. It's 203-230-8994. 203-230-8994. Folks can call that number, and if seniors need to be dug out, they can. I think we were real lucky that there were no power outages, because the situation could have been a lot worse for folks if that had happened. I wanted to extend my thanks to two groups. One is the residents. Our staff has noted all morning long about how many people abided by the parking ban. That's hugely helpful to our plow drivers for clearing the streets, but it's also nice that people don't have to chase their cars around the streets. If people did get towed, on the city's website, they can put in their license plate and find out how to collect their vehicle. We towed, ticketed and towed, I believe, 69 cars. 80 total. 80 total. So thank you to the residents for listening and abiding by the guidance. And also, I just want to say thank you to our staff. I stopped by Public Works last night at around 9 to bring coffee and donuts to folks, and they were just starting their shift, and those folks are going to end their shift today at 1. And so you think these guys that normally sleep through the night on a normal night are driving from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. today. And then there's another crew that comes on right then. The incredible work, not just of Public Works, but so many city departments to make sure that we keep the streets clean. So thank you to them as well. Folks have any questions?
Just about the total tolls, Mr. Mayor, or Doug, where does it stand compared to other storms? Is that a good low number?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the question. Yes, the number is fewer than other storms because of a few factors, but mostly compliance. And the messaging has been helpful. A lot of teams were out in the field in the last few days, flyering vehicles along the posted snow routes and in the downtown, partnering with Town Green Special Service District and the PD and our partners at Livable Services, LCI, to get the word out. So it's fewer, but that doesn't mean that the streets are less clean. It just means that there's a lot more compliance, which is the goal. And then sometime overnight last night, the roads were pretty treacherous, so we did have to, for safety's sake, cut it short as well. So it was a shorter tag and tow. We are out right now on Chapel Street in front of St. Rafe campus, out by Orchard Street at the moment. So please, as the mayor said, the parking ban's still in effect. And school parking lots are available until Saturday, I believe, which is a good.
Correct.
Rick, can you talk about the fire departments? Each of the companies are responsible in their districts for clearing out the hydrants.
Yeah.
So if there's any help
Yeah.
residents can provide.
Yeah, Tony, good point. As you just saw, fire department was here clearing hydrants out. We have 10 fire stations. Those fire stations are out right now. Each of them are out clearing hydrants, but it's always great to ask residents if they see a hydrant that needs a little shoveling. Please, that will greatly assist us. We can't get to all of them at once. So if people can help us, if there's a fire, you'll wish that was cleared out, because they do get tough to find. So good point, Tony. Thank you.
And Bill, where did the tree fall down? So one tree fell, where was that, and what happened? Did you come to the
Part on the drive,
front of the
behind the rock.
Any other questions?
Great. Thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Do you anticipate any other updates today, Mayor?
Unless there's something major that happens, no. But thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yep.